All right, everybody. It took a little longer than I expected. The road was a little bumpier than I expected. It was a little more dramatic and maybe even scary than expected. But as of about 15 minutes ago, it is finally over. After an extended hold-in that went past the first week of the preseason, and after hearing some discussion from both contract extension with the Seahawks worth 70 million over 4 years so it seems like Jamal did indeed come down to what the Seahawks were offering. Not unexpected. I stuck to my guns even through yesterday that Jamal Adams was not going to derail his career over 2 million in guaranteed. He was going to, was I believe the first to report it. So, it's over. Yesterday, we actually got some news that Jamal Adams was planning on trying to challenge the franchise tag via an arbitrator to argue that he should be a linebacker for the purposes of the franchise tag because he lines up there so much, which would have earned him a few extra million in 2022 and 2023 on the tag. That seemed to indicate that he was potentially willing to play this franchise tag game, but I continued to express my belief that he gave the Seahawks what they wanted, which was just, 2 million less guaranteed than he wanted, and it's over. So, I don't think that there's going to be any lingering bad blood or any negative side effects from this whole hold-in situation. Odds are good Jamal was not going to play in the first preseason game anyway. Maybe he would have practiced a little bit over the last couple weeks, but honestly, when you're somebody like a Jamal Adams, your practice time is a little less valuable than the practice time for somebody who's new and young and not as good and trying to fight their way onto the team. So, yeah. On the last year of his rookie deal, Jamal was due about $9.9 million. So I'm interested to see what he ends up getting this year under this extension. Is it more or is it less? And if it's less, does that mean we're going to go sign somebody? Happy? I don't know. But if you were at all worried about Jamal Adams missing meaningful games this season, which I wasn't really, but I know some people were at least a little concerned that he was going reasonable offer. If he plays at the level that he played at in 2019 and 2018 for the Jets, then I think both sides are going to be pretty happy with this. He does need to improve on some of the stuff that he struggled in last year in terms of coverage, in terms of the general ability to stay healthy. Time this year for holdout reasons are over. And now we can move on to the next one. So let me know what you think down below. I'm going to get out of here. Peace out. Go Hawks. Happy to have this one out of the way.